Have you ever noticed how you can literally be talking to hundreds of people online and still feel completely alone? You've got group chats, likes, followers, maybe even a best friend that you've never actually met in person, and yet it still feels like no one really knows you. That's not just in your head. We're living through an epidemic of loneliness. I'm Dr. Denim Slade, and building on 30 years of experience and research, I've developed the new C.O.R.E personality model to help you authentically incorporate you into your life and relationships. We're living in a time when we've mistaken connection for contact, presence for pings, and depth for DMs. And while online relationships certainly have their place, they often leave us emotionally starving, surrounded by people, but feeling unseen by anyone. And what's happening right now isn't just cultural, it's actually neurological also. Your brain is wired for in-person, emotionally attuned connection, eye contact, laughter, safe touch, real presence. And when our relationships live mostly behind screens, our nervous systems don't get the reassurance that they're craving, that we actually need as human beings. So even when we're quote unquote connected, we still don't feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we stop showing up as ourselves. We start wearing masks. We start trying to be who we think others want us to be. We start performing instead of belonging. If you've ever felt like you're too much or not enough, that being yourself costs you connection, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Chances are good that you've just never been shown how to understand and work with who you really are. That is exactly why I created the C.O.R.E personality model, to help you discover the why behind your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. Because at your core, you are not a problem to fix. You're a person who desperately wants to feel seen and to be understood. In my book on temperament, Unlock Your Core Potential, What You Can and Can't Change About Your Personality, I explain that each and every one of us has a natural design to our personality, a temperament that drives how we connect and how we communicate, how we cope with things in our lives. C.O.R.E is an acronym, and C stands for comfort and connection. C's feel super deeply, and they crave to be truly seen and to feel safe. O stands for optimism, and O's seek fun, positivity, and belonging. R stands for resolution, and R's are powerfully propelled to get things done and checked off the list. And E stands for exactness and excellence, and E's have tremendous tenacity in their pursuit of the perfect process and solution. When you don't understand your temperament, loneliness can hit a lot harder because you start believing that there's something wrong with you. Things start to make so much more sense when you learn your core. You realize that your patterns, even the painful ones, don't always mean what they seem to. So often, they're the result of your wiring. And wiring can be understood, it can be nurtured, and it can even be healed. Loneliness isn't just the absence of people. It's the absence of being seen. That's why the first step toward real connection starts with understanding yourself. I had a client that I'd worked with for a really long time who was kind of a square peg in a round family. She was the only O in her family, and she consistently felt that there must be something wrong with her, that her brain didn't quite work like everybody else's in her family. And across time as she was growing up, it was really difficult for her to feel valued. It was really difficult for her to feel like the way that she was, like the way that her brain naturally worked, was an okay way to be. And it was so awesome to watch her learn about her temperament, to learn about the unchangeable and awesome parts of her. And as she understood this and blossomed into herself, she was really able to step into her owness, because it can feel really lonely to not understand who you are and to feel like the most important people in your life also don't quite get you. And that's because loneliness isn't just the absence of people, it's the absence of being seen. It's the absence of feeling seen. And that's why the first step toward real connection has to start with understanding yourself. Because when you know your core, you stop chasing people to fill your emptiness, and you start creating relationships that meet you where you are. The truth is that you deserve, and frankly, you need so much more than messages on a stupid screen. You deserve presence. You deserve belonging. You deserve to be known, not just contacted. So if you're tired of feeling invisible, online or off, Take my free core assessment at whatsmycore.com, because maybe you're not lonely because you don't have people. Maybe you're lonely because you haven't met yourself yet. Healthy individuals create happy lives and families. Reconnect with who you are. Reconnect with the world. As you connect with who you are, you can connect or reconnect with those around you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to learn more.